Our breaking news tonight, President-elect Joe Biden addressing the nation just moments ago. This after the Electoral College made it official, affirming his victory over President Trump. The President-elect Biden calling tonight for unity in the nation during a speech in Delaware. Here's part of it.
Democracy prevailed. We, the people, voted. Faith in our institutions held. The integrity of our elections remains intact. And now it's time to turn the page, as we've done throughout our history. To unite, to heal. As I said in this campaign,
electors in all 50 states meeting today as required by federal law to officially cast their votes for president. It's a day that usually doesn't make the headlines, but of course this year is different because President Trump has yet to concede the election. News Nation's political correspondent Dean Reynolds live in the newsroom tonight with more. Dean?
Rob, despite a wave of voter fraud charges, a barrage of unsuccessful lawsuits, and a spate of aggrieved presidential tweets, the Electoral College did its job today, just as it has since the dawn of this nation, and affirmed the results from November 3rd's election that Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. One by one, in what was something of a constitutional anticlimax, state electors, such as these in Pennsylvania, methodically cast their votes today for the winners, who have been clear for more than a month. Elector Ritz Fitzgerald reported the result.
20 votes for the Honorable Joseph R. Biden for President of the United States, and 20 votes for the Honorable Kamala D. Harris for Vice President of the United States.
They did their jobs amid threats of violence from President Trump's outraged supporters. Those who are insisting, like the president, that the November 3rd election was rigged, that today's process was not valid, and that an alternate slate of Republican electors pledged to the president should right that wrong. In fact, White House aide Stephen Miller said today the president's allies intend to send such an alternate slate to Congress when it meets next month to officially receive these electoral votes cast today, a sign the fight will go on despite an unbroken chain of setbacks for Team Trump. Today, for example, the Wisconsin Supreme Court became the latest judicial body to rule against the president and his various claims of fraud that have fizzled when taken before an actual judge. The Wisconsin justices, like some 50 other rulings, found the fraud arguments to be without merit. Wisconsin later cast its 10 electoral votes for the president-elect. Governor Tony Evers presided.
Today we did our part to continue the long and sacred tradition of our democracy of honoring the will of the people.
On it went. In Georgia, Stacey Abrams said 16 votes were cast for the Democrats.
We come together today to cast our votes for Joseph R. Biden and Kamala Devi Harris.
They picked up New York State's 29 electors, among them Bill and Hillary Clinton, the latter tweeting, "I believe we should abolish the Electoral College and select our president by the winner of the popular vote." Had that been the case 4 years ago, when Mrs. Clinton had nearly 3 million more votes than Donald Trump, she would be the president today. Each state dutifully recorded their votes without one case of a faithless elector casting a vote in protest. And when California registered its votes for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris,
ayes 55, noes 0.
they reached the 270 vote threshold, and it was time for Mr. Biden to say something.
in America, politicians don't take power. People grant power to them. The flame of democracy was lit in this nation a long time ago. And we now know nothing, not even a pandemic or an abuse of power, can extinguish that flame.
So the election now has been validated by the Electoral College. Joe Biden will be inaugurated on January 20th. The question is whether the Republicans who lost this fight, including President Trump, will concede that point and move on.